All right, so today I'm giving you a straightforward, clear approach on how to build your daily bias or your session bias. Meaning what? Meaning today, should you be looking for shorts or should you be looking for longs? Which direction is going to have the higher probability of working out, okay? If you get the bias wrong, you might be taking all of these A+ setups, but you have the wrong bias, so the A+ setups are not going to work that well, okay? So we're going straight into it. We're just looking at candlesticks, just looking at the previous candlestick on each of these time frames, and then we'll bring a little bit of nuance, right? So this is, by the way, the first video of a two-part video. The first one, we're just looking at candlesticks, and on the second video, which I will post right after this one, we will be looking at the market profile, which is going to give us great indication on what direction we should be trading, okay? But for now, just starting with candlesticks here, with the daily time frame. We just look at the previous candlestick, as I said. What was the previous day? How was it closing? Strong bearish candle. We have a clear bearish here for the daily. On top of it, you will notice that we closed below a very strong area of support resistance flip here, and we closed nicely below. So very clearly bearish on the daily. Then we can move on to the 4-hour time frame. And here we're going to bring a little bit of nuance, but we're going to start by noticing what the previous 4-hour candle was bullish. So we're going to start by typing in bullish. And now let's bring some nuance here to this case, because yes, green candle, bullish candle, but it didn't even close above that previous bearish candle here, and also did not close above. We have a very strong resistance here, you can see on the 4-hour time frame. So this is what I would call a bullish but neutral, bullish neutral. Meaning what? Meaning we're not going to take this time frame into account on our final sort of decision on what direction we're going to be trading in, because it's simply not clear enough. It's bullish, but not really. It's neutral, okay? Now we look at the 1-hour time frame here. 1 hour is pretty straightforward. We don't look at the current candle. We look at the previous one, right? Previous one is bullish, not that strong, but here it's bullish as well. We closed above that doji bearish candle here, with an engulfing candle, right? On this one, I mean, you don't have to over-analyze it. Here it's clearly bullish on the 1 hour. And finishing with the 30-minute time frame. So here it's interesting. We have a bit of nuance, but to go straight to the point, I would say that's bearish because the previous candle was red and it closed below the body of these two candles. This is pretty bullish, I know, but we're keeping things simple here. The 30-minute to me is technically bearish. There we go. So now what do we do with that information? Well, the rule for me is, and you should really implement that, we have these 4 time frames. I want at least 3 of them to be going in the same direction. So here, even if the 30-minute was bullish, right? Like at this point, if I had recorded this video earlier, the 30-minute here was bullish, but the 4-hour was still inconclusive. It was still bullish neutral. So in this case, I would still have had bullish, bullish, neutral, bearish. In this case here, we have daily bearish, 4-hour neutral, 1-hour bullish, 30-minute bearish. What do? No trades. We're not taking any trades. Now, what would it take for me to go long or to look for longs? Well, fairly simple. I would want to see a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle closing nicely well below that green candle, ideally below that red candle, and ideally as well above, sorry, I just said below, I mean above. I just had to re-record this whole video because I kept on messing up here. But yeah, above, right? All of these levels, okay? Now that 4-hour would be closing nicely, clearly bullish. The 1 hour most likely and the 30-minute will be bullish as well. I'm definitely looking for longs at this point. And now, if you look at the volume profile, this is a teaser, let's say, for the next video, but look at the volume profile here. And if that 4-hour closes here above, again, the previous candles and that resistance, it's also closing above the value area low of whatever this day was, the 6th or the 5th, it doesn't matter. The value area low of this day and the value area low of the previous day. We're reclaiming the value area lows of all of these days. This is very bullish. With our candlesticks confirming everything, we would definitely be looking for longs, even though you could say, hey man, but the bearish, the daily is bearish, you shouldn't go against it. In this scenario, if you know how to look at the charts the way I'm doing it, you have your 4-hour, your 1-hour, your 30-minute is bullish, plus you're closing above the value area low of all of these days, no problem going long against the daily. Now, if you said, hey, I'm not comfortable going against the daily, fair enough, man, that's fine. What you would do, you would wait now for the 1-hour to go bearish, the 30-minute to go bearish with the daily. What would that take? A little bit of price action, a nice bearish engulfing candle on the 1-hour and the 30-minute. Now you're satisfied, you're going with the daily. I totally get that. And you're closing below, well, the value area lows of all of the previous days here, but we'll get into that in the next video. And you're closing below all of these resistance here. So with some basic technical analysis, you definitely have a nice bearish bias for your session. Okay, that's it. If you want to learn more, guys, I have a free Telegram channel here where every day before the Asia session and the London session, I post 2 separate videos with my technical analysis, my trade ideas, my setups. I also share the trades that I take. This was a win. I share my losses. I share my break-evens. This one was a nice setup here. You can see that we had a lot of buyers trying to bounce off that support here. And we absorbed these buyers got trapped, and then we had very strong negative delta on the break below this gray box here, which was a significant area of support. And that was a win. We barely hit my TP and then it reversed, but that was a W. And if you want to know what this platform here is that I use for the order flow, it's called Atis. I'll have a link below. They have a 14-day free trial, so you can try it for free anytime. And it's, well, of course I'm biased, guys, but it's honestly my favorite platform that I've ever used. It's a really great platform, so go check it out if you want. And of course, the link to the free Telegram will be also in the description.